las asociaciones de productores que han estado involucradas en la actividad respecto a este manual desde su lanzamiento. ¿Cuál ha sido su experiencia como Asoguabo y de Asoguabo como Asociación de Pequeños Productores con respecto a la implementación de este manual nacional de seguridad y salud en la industria bananera desde que se lanzó y se hizo mandatorio en la industria? Muchas gracias.
Buenas tardes. Good afternoon. For me, it's the same to speak Spanish or to speak English. I see a lot of people who prefer, and the others who prefer that I speak English, so I will speak in English. Yes, from the beginning we were involved as the Asoguabo, as it is better known, with the initiative of the World Banana Forum to elaborate manuals not only for Ecuador, it was even an initiative for all the countries, banana producing countries, but we were especially involved with the Ecuadorian manuals, together with the Ministry of Agriculture, together with Solidaridad from the Netherlands, and it was launched in the Asoguabo with the presence of the Minister of Agriculture and the Minister of Labour of Ecuador. From the beginning, we've really felt the support of the government. It was not an initiative only of the World Banana Forum, it was really carried on by the Ministry of Ecuador. And we as producers, for your information, the Asoguabo is an association of 130 producers. The biggest one has 30 hectares and the smallest one has 1 hectare. There are mountain producers which have several different risks, as you can understand. There are hills, and producing in the mountains, especially the danger of falling is very much present. So we had to have a look how to adapt the manuals in practice. I'm the manager of Asoguabo, I'm Dutch of origin. We were thinking also about the president having this panel with you, but it was not completely sure whether he was on time for his visa, so that's why we decided as well that I would take the place in this panel to inform you of what we have been doing over the last couple of years together with the ministries. And we are Fair Trade certified and Global Gap certified. Fair Trade certified since the beginning of Asoguabo in 1998, and Global Gap certified since 2005. So both certifications always have been focusing on health and safety for the workers. Personal equipment always has been very important in Asoguabo from the beginnings. And of course, with the manuals, we consider it as a great help to explain to the workers and the producers how to improve and secure and control the safety in our farms. Because we have seen very terrible accidents sometimes, and because it is a risky business, the banana production. So it's really important to have the manuals in place that every producer, whatever size they have the minimum conditions of working with these manuals. And we have been working really a lot on training them, because the workers and the producers are persons like the subsecretary said it as well, very often not much schooled, so they need to see pictures, they need to see the example of how to do it, and then they are a lot better able to do it. I mean, they need pictures, they need a lot of visual support. And also to see the example of other workers doing it, other producers doing it is very, very helpful. And of course the certification bodies who come all the time and reinforce the manuals. Because the ministry has been training a lot. I really need to be thankful to the Ministry of Agriculture of Ecuador. They have been really investing in training our small producers with their workers. And nowadays, I can say, especially the bigger ones, they really have applied them completely. The smaller ones, we are still training. It's often a change of culture. It has often to do also with workers who are changing a lot. And the bigger producers have more stable workers. They are there every week, while there's a lot more rotation when there are smaller workers, because they work 1 day a week for packing and processing. And then of course we have the family producers who are working there, just the husband and the wife and one of the children. So it's all different way of implementing them, but we are really thankful that we've made a big step forward. We are still not there. We are still continuing to train and to work and to control, especially controlling, because often people know it, but for one or another reason they take off their mask, they take off their personal equipment. It's still something, because it's hot. Very often it's very hot, and it's just sometimes uncomfortable for workers to be walking around in these personal equipment like you saw in the video. I mean, it is not comfortable. But still explaining them how important it is, how dangerous it is when you take it off. I mean, these are things we continue to work on. And we as Asoguabo, we are definitely very much committed to continuing this and be the role model and be the example. I mean, we are not the only association. There are a lot of associations and plantations doing the same. I don't know how many percent of Ecuadorian plantations and associations are doing it, but the ones who are working on it, we are very much dedicated and committed to it, and making sure, because it is like Camila said, it also improves productivity. If somebody is ill or has an accident caused by work on the farm, it is a loss of money and productivity for the producers. So it is in the interest of producers and everybody that conditions on the farm are safe. I need to say as well, it's sometimes very expensive as well, especially the bridges. Sometimes they say as well they should be made out of concrete. Well, a lot of producers do not have the money to make bridges out of concrete. Luckily, we have the fair trade premium, but if you are not a fair trade producer, it is harder, a lot harder to invest in these sort of things like bridges or paving the cableway, under the cableway. I mean, it's very important for health and safety, but it is expensive, and if you are producing for a market who does not recognize all the investments you need to do to have a safe environment for the workers, I mean, then you can ask it from the producer, but it's difficult to deliver and comply with it. So that's why we always continue to insist as well to the market, please help us to comply